Hi students. Today we're going to read another chapter in Stink, and I'd like you to read along with me. You can either read out loud or at least put your finger under the words as I read. This book is called Stink and the Incredible Supergalactic Jawbreaker. And in the first chapter we read that Stink was at a candy store and he bought this humongous jawbreaker. I mean, it was like, I'm going to come this way, as big as your hand. And I don't even know how he's going to get that thing in his mouth, okay? So turn to the chapter that says Finger Licking Good. It's the second chapter. That's where I'm going to start today. Stink took one lick, then another, then another. The giant jawbreaker was way too big to fit into his mouth. Slurp, he licked that jawbreaker all the way home. Sloop, he licked it all the way up to his room. Slop, he licked it while he fed Toady, one-handed. He licked it while he played with his President baseball cards, including James Madison, thanks to Judy. He licked it while he did his, turn the page, you're on page 16, homework one-handed. He licked it the whole time he talked to Grandma Lou on the phone, telling her all about the pajama day that they were going to have in Mrs. D's class. He even licked it while he set the table for dinner. One-handed, of course. Pretty soon his lips were green and his tongue was blue and his hands were as sticky as gum on a sneaker bottom. "Hey," Judy asked at dinner, "why is there a big fat sticky blue fingerprint on my plate?" "Oops," said Stink, licking off his fingers. "Finger licking good." "Stink's eating a jawbreaker for dinner?" said Judy, pointing. "Stink, put that jawbreaker down and eat some real food," said Dad. "Here, have some macaroni." Turn the page, I'm on page 19. "This is real food," said Stink. "It contains vitamin A and C and calcium. No lie. And dextrose, sucrose, fructose, and other stuff that makes you comatose," said Judy. "It's not going to make me comb my toes," said Stink. "And don't forget wax," said Judy. "Macaroni," said Mom. "You heard your dad. And some green beans." "But it didn't break my jaw yet," said Stink. "It didn't even stretch my mouth one bit." He's thinking that a jawbreaker is going to break his jaw. Okay, turn to page 20. "You already have a big mouth," said Judy. "Hardy har har," said Stink. "Well, it didn't set my tongue on fire yet, or make my cheeks feel like a chipmunk either." "Well, it may not break your jaw," said Judy, "but all your teeth are going to fall out, for sure and absolute positive. Did you know Queen Elizabeth ate so many candies from her pockets that her teeth turned black? No lie." "At least I won't have to brush them every day," said Stink. Every day, Stink ate a little more and a little more of his jawbreaker. He ate it in bed first thing in the morning before he even brushed his teeth. He ate it at recess and between playing horse with his super-duper best friend, Webster. He ate it on the bus and all the way home from school. He gave a lick to Mouse the cat. He gave a lick to Toady the toad. He even tried giving a lick to Jaws the Venus flytrap. Stink's jawbreaker went from supergalactic to just plain galactic, and from golf ball size to Super Bowl size. Turn the page, I'm on page 22. "Are you still eating that thing?" asked Judy. Stink stuck out his tongue. "Well, you look like a skink," said Judy, and she pointed to his blue tongue. "Sloop," went Stink. Stink ate his not super galactic jawbreaker for one whole week. He ate it when it tasted like chalk. He ate it when it tasted like grapefruit. He ate it through the fiery core to the sweet sugary center. He ate it down to a marble, a teeny tiny pea. Then, in one single bite, one not jaw-breaking crunch, it was gone. Gone. And there's a picture at the bottom there of the jawbreaker. Stink was down in the dumps. He moped around the house for one whole day and a night. He stomped up the stairs. He stomped down. He drew comics. Kapow! He did not play with Toady once. He did not do his homework. He went outside and bounced Judy's basketball 117 times. Somebody got up on the wrong side of the bed, said Judy. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were in a mood. Well, I can have moods too, you know. Stinks kept counting. Turn the page. 118, 119. Is it because your jawbreaker is all Judy? It's because that jawbreaker lied. They should call it world's biggest unjawbreaker. I ate and ate that thing for one whole week, and it did not break my jaw. Not once. It didn't even make my mouth one teeny-weeny bit bigger. See? Stink clicked and clacked his teeth, open and shut. Well, maybe that's a good thing, said Judy. I mean, if it did break your jaw for real, wouldn't you be mad? Yeah, but instead I'm madder. Stink had an idea. A brilliant what to do when you're mad idea. Stink would write a letter. A real and true official snail mail letter. A letter with a greeting and a body and a closing, just the way Mrs. D taught them in their How to Write a Letter unit at school. Turn the page. So this is the letter that Stink wrote. It says, from the desk of Stink Moody, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Jawbreaker, and he put an arrow there, says this is called a greeting. My name is Stink Moody. I got $5 for being short, and I spent it on a super galactic jawbreaker and some not penny candy for my sister. There is a big problem with your jawbreaker. It did not, I repeat not, break my jaw. For your information, all it did was get me in trouble at the dinner table and make me look like a skink. In my opinion, you should change the name of the jawbreaker to Super Knock Galactic Mouth Crayon. Yours truly, Stink. This is called a closing. The Skink, Moody. P.S. It did not even break the jaw of Jaws, my sister's Venus flytrap. And this is called a postscript, it says. That's what P.S. stands for. Then, as you know, Stink likes to write comics,